Today, the moon continues in Virgo, bringing a need to see where the hard work is still needed to complete something, to bring something closer to perfection, or perhaps fix something that was working and now maybe is not working quite so well. We also have, interestingly, just as on Tuesday evening, we had a Uranus station. So we're continuing in that Uranus energy. We also have Saturn entering the final degree of Pisces, bringing completion and reckoning and maybe some hard truths to this final pass of Saturn through Pisces. It's still in its final pass. It's been there for a while, but this is the last degree. So, kind of the last hurrah. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Wednesday, February 4th. So, Virgo moon waning after that Leo full moon and heading into an Aquarius solar eclipse on February 17th. So, coming up here in a couple of weeks, a very potent eclipse just before we have the exact Saturn Neptune conjunction. Big stuff. In fact, I am doing a full guest series on the Saturn Neptune conjunction, and you can learn more about that at transformationalastrology.com. I am excited to let you know that the very first video in the series is now available at transformationalastrology.com. So head on over there, get a free account while you're there, and you'll be notified of all of the speakers as they become available. And over there at transformationalastrology.com, those speaker videos will be available early. So you'll get early access over there. That's why it's a great idea to get a free account over there. And then they will be posted to this YouTube channel about 24 hours after they become available over there. So if you don't want to wait, head on over to transformationalastrology.com because there is so much more to share about the potency, the power, the meaning, the significance of the times we are in right now. So it's not just the Saturn Neptune conjunction, which is itself really important, but it's also the whole time period we are in, the alignments that are happening now, some of them very, very rare. We're really looking at some themes of things that unfold in very, very, very big cycles, way much bigger than our lifetimes. So watch for more on that. I think you're really going to love it. My first interview with Celeste Brooks on the Saturn Neptune conjunction. Celeste has just a fascinating take on world events, what's going on, what it means, how it's all connected astrologically. So that was a super fun interview. And then later this week, we dive deep with Louise Eddington, getting into this vast transition and time of transition we're in, that even just the transition lasts for hundreds of years even. So really looking at the big picture with Louise Eddington, some absolutely fascinating and very in-depth analysis with her. So that's really, really fun. And then so much more still to come. You can see the whole lineup of speakers at transformationalastrology.com. Okay, enough on that. So for today, we have that Virgo moon, that Virgo energy, that where we can see the details. It brings the energy of that discernment, that ability to see what's wrong. And of course, we can turn that on ourselves to have that critical eye, that critical voice, that self-critical thinking. And just a reminder that Virgo is there for a reason. It's not so you can see what's wrong with you. It is there for a reason because it helps us improve. It helps us tweak things. It helps us make them better. It helps us see what's wrong or what's not working optimally. And in some cases, things might be a big mess, whether that's like actual physical mess or something that's hard to deal with, or metaphorical mess. But it can also just be little things that might be annoying, but when they get addressed, it makes everything just feel better. And, fixing that squeaky wheel or, or that doorknob that is loose or whatever, right? Fixing that little thing might really make a difference in the big picture. So this is the time with the moon in Virgo when we can notice that stuff, and we're noticing not so we can see what's wrong with us or what we haven't gotten to yet, but so that we can do something about it. So don't feel overwhelmed by all the things you haven't done. Pick one that you can do something about. And once you've done that, maybe let yourself see another thing. I hope that's helpful, right? One thing at a time, right? You can only fix one thing at a time anyway. And some things you can't fix, but you might be able to make a dent. So think about it that way. And Uranus stationing means we are there. The tides are starting to turn. Uranus is heading into toward Gemini, where it will. So we still have Uranus in Taurus for a few more weeks here, and as we've got it now going direct, we're moving into the final completion energy of Uranus in Taurus, stepping into a new normal, recognizing what is changing, what we where we're not going back to the way things were before, and how we can embrace that, how we can step into a new normal, see our lives in terms of the future and what we can create rather than maybe what we cannot recreate from the past. So that's Uranus. And then Saturn now in the final degree of Pisces, really helping us come to terms with where we have not completed something we need to complete to get right with ourselves, to get right with the bigger picture, with spirit, with the divine, to get right with our own sense of what is right and where we need to head, what's best for us. So some reckoning there, some finishing, some completion, some awareness about what is where the work is, and that awareness can then help us be honest and real, which is the invitation of Saturn. So now we also have, I think this is interesting. We begin the day with the moon forming a YOD, and we end the day with the moon forming a KITE. And so what I mean by that is that as Wednesday begins around midnight, the moon is in a sextile with Jupiter forming a YOD to the sun. And that YOD energy, without getting too technical, it's about improvement, it's about completion, it's about where things are not gotten it right just yet, like where you still can make those final tweaks to move something in the direction that you want it to go. So it's very humble feeling, it's very service oriented, right? It's very much like, I want to get this right for some bigger purpose. So see a theme here with the planets and what they're saying to us today. And then by the end of the day, the moon is still in Virgo, but now it forms a grand trine with Uranus and Pluto. And that grand trine also includes a KITE because we have a sextile with Saturn and Neptune forming an extra point. So basically we have one big triangle and then another point of another triangle that's not fully formed. So that energy is opening. It's liberating. It's an easy, supportive energy. So fly your kite, right? It's like be lifted by the wind. So I think that is interesting and something to think about. So the day begins with that feeling of where the hard work is and what we need to get right and how we want to finish or fix or complete something. And then by the end of the day, we start to see, oh, it's all, that feeling of things opening, doors opening, wind lifting the kite, that supportive energy that is helping us to fly where we want to go. So we need both, right? We need the hard work, but we also need to allow ourselves to be held and carried. So today is a good day to really be humble to the bigger process. Thanks again for being here. And don't forget to check out transformationalastrology.com. That interview with Celeste is available there right now. And until later, it will be posted here on this YouTube channel, but you can go see it right now. And by the end of the week, we'll have Louise Eddington up there as well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing to this YouTube channel. I appreciate your support, and I am here every day with astrology for unshakable self-care. I'll see you next time.